Today's sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5 and taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. On first down, Wilson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. So a tough early challenge here, 2nd and long after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a fast release by Wilson out to the flat. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Third and 2, now Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. First down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From his end zone, Watson on 3rd and long. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. Here's Jamie Gillen as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Play action. Now Wilson. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first quarter lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
On 2nd down now, Jet. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough with a lot of polish, nice little buffing. This guy could be one of the top backs going forward.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Here's Watson. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Watson now to throw. He'll check this one down to Michel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Faking the give. Now Watson. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 36 yards.
You'd think defenses might be a little more prepared for plays like this because so many offensive coordinators, when they get the ball after a turnover, they do like to dial up a deep ball right away. And if I were a defensive coordinator in this league, that's exactly what I would say to my defense before they went out to play. In this case, though, they didn't get the message, and a big play resulted.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. After the sack on 1st down, Wilson airing this one out for Evans. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Mike Evans, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, That's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. From the gun, they run with Michel. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On 3rd down. Jet, and he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Off of play action, it's Watson. To Michel on the dump off. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
To the air yet again, Watson. He gets this into the hands of Cup once again. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career, that draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they call Bambi.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Odell Beckham. His first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. And I believe they've buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play, with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And it's still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Oh, wide open, complete. And he will finally go out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there just before halftime. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Wilson. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half. On 1st and 10, Watson. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So that penalty will back them up half the distance to the goal line. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And his throw here is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Colts 36-yard line.
Watson off play action. Out left, he's got it to Everett.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Watson looks to throw again. Here's Higgins out on the right side. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he...
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kenny Moore. And the Colts will take over here just shy of the 30. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, Wilson. This is caught by Evans. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
I know that no game in the NFL is ever easy, but they're making it look that way. Everything is being done with such precision. Just on this drive alone, 3 plays, 3 first downs. If you're on defense, you're scrambling, looking at each other, trying to figure out how are we going to slow these guys down.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Colts! Naeem Hines, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
And this will be a Texans first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Michelle. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 36, Watson. It's caught by OBJ. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Back to throw, Watson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Watson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 41. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with the score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Desmond King picks it. And the Texans will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
And still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. On first down, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 34. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. And just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception. And this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going up top. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Colts look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Quiddy Pay. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Watson now to throw. His throw incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hines. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. To try again after the sack, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Graves. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Alert. 14, got it. Well.
Play action. Now Wilson. Wide open receiver, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it with an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll try to run with Carson, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. They seemingly just continue to score at will, and as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win, but one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. first down throw. Watson. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll make it second down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Throwing again on second down. Watson eluding the pressure right. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On first down, it's Watson. He'll get this underneath to Michel. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
One last throw here for Watson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for the Colts TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but